Welcome everyone, it's Vapor Drakamar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. I've got something to admit. So, you remember Sanguinia? Yeah, well, we're gonna be preparing her food because she is going to have an instrumental place in my roster. Now you might ask, how is this? Well, the thing about Sanguinia is there are places in this game where Relic Pretender is not enough of a cleanse. There are places in Doom Tower where if you don't have a double cleanse or something along those lines, you're done for. Like you are legitimately done for. So, yeah. Doom Tower is the worst example of this that I can think of. Oh my god. So, how many rank 4s do we have here that we're not going to dispose? We're going to have 2 food. Get rid of that extra one. We're gonna go for that. I will go do that. So, we're gonna take this guy. And get him to 4. Because you see, what I'm trying to do is trying okay, I don't know how good the rest of those champs are. Gotta check my vault, because my vault is probably, yeah, infested with dupes. Yeah. Like, hardcore infested with dupes and food. That's part of the problem here. So I've always gotta keep a keen eye out for dupes and food I don't need. Feeling that is a dupe again. So yeah, I want to clean out any dupes. Remove the dupeitis. Because I can guarantee you we don't need the dupeitis. yes. We don't need the dupitis. Thank you. So now that we've cleared out the dupitis, we are going to help Sanguinia. Because Sanguinia is going to be a big champion for me. Now you might ask, Vaporsmith, why is Sanguinia a big champion for me? Well, I'm glad you asked. See, Sanguinia is a big champion because she is a massive cleanse. And, yeah. Not like I'm not going to show some food stuff, but what I'm going to do is fight these with the drug spot. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta start on this account doing a bit of investment in Star. Because it'll be useful later. I just haven't really had the time because I've been prioritizing the first account a lot. So might as well just get the easy ones going for us, and then I have to go try to level Sanguinia. I say level Sanguinia because I need her for specific purposes. Ironically, okay, so we're not going to start at 12-3 Brutal, although I have been grinding that. We're going to start over here because I do need more Valeries, etc., and I do need to show campaign anyway. So, yes, Sanguinia begins her journey to enlightenment. These two are going to become rank 5s, but Sanguinia is very important because she is bar none almost of any champion. She's even better than Reliquary Tender for a very specific purpose, cleansing. I will keep Reliquary Tender on my team as the second cleanser, but I need a second cleanser other than Reliquary Tender. Because without that, we can't progress through a lot of really hard content, especially in Doom Tower. Because the reason for it, these people are going to become food for her. Because she's going to be the next 6-star of this account, believe it or not. Yeah, maybe. Because I don't see how else is going to really be useful. On top of the fact that I need a second cleanser for Doom Tower. And if you're not 6-star, most of the time, you're not going to be able to survive Doom Tower or most content where she's going to be useful in the first place. But yeah, her big purpose is to clean off harmful debuffs. Stuns, sleeps. Like, that's her purpose. That's why I'm trying to get her on a team for very high debuffs content. I got her from a Sacred, I think, which makes her priority a bit more than usual. But her biggest thing is the fact that she's on my trainee squad to become the cleanser my team needs. Like, I need double cleanser, not just her. I need double cleanser to beat Doom Tower. Because without that, there's a lot of areas, especially past Nether Spite, like the multiple Drex stars in Doom Tower destroying without. They destroy me without some kind of block debuffs or something. Like, I need to develop a cleanse in order to. Because basically, her being at level 40, she won't survive Doom Tower long enough. Because she has to get past provokes, silences. I mean, provokes, HP burn. She's gonna be the next probably 6-star because I need someone to do that job. I need like more than one. Because without that, I don't see how we're getting past that. We're just gonna pass right through here, see if we can get any Valeries along the way. Valerie's not a bad champion. She's useful for a lot of content. But even her would somewhat struggles versus those Drex stars. Like, she doesn't. They don't entirely struggle, but they struggle to some extent. So that's why, like, struggles reasonably hard. I can't. Those debuffs of the Drex stars, since I don't have a Vergus to just tank it all, will. Since I don't have a Vergus or Valerie to tank it all, and Karagi can't barely stand it either, I need someone else. I need that someone else to cleanse. I'm not going to put her in alone, because if I want to, as Hell Hades says, focus on more 6-stars, I'm going to need 6-star ammo in order to actually do it. So yeah, I'm gonna need 6-star ammo. But her job is to block debuffs and cleanse at the same time. See, Spirit Host does block debuffs, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I need more power. I need someone who could both block debuffs, cleanse in tandem with Reliquary Tender. Because there are places in here that if you can't get past that, like defensively, you can't cleanse off the debuffs. It's literally It's literally pointless. Yeah, it's literally pointless. So that's what she's for. For that block defense. Because as you can obviously see, she's not food. Like, she's obviously very valuable. Because I'm already trying to plan out the food in advance as I'm fighting these Skull Swarms, which are interesting characters in themselves, especially once I decide to build up my Lizardman faction, which I'm not building up my Lizardman faction for now. For now, I'm doing two things at once. I'm building a Sacred Order faction, which I barely have any of, and I'm building a cleanser. A second cleanser. I'm not going to build necessarily... Well, I'm going to build a second block debuffs champion elsewhere for Dark Elf Faction Wars, but the main thing is to have the two core cleansers, because the two cleansers back each other up. So while one skill of cleanse is on cooldown, the other one is cleansing, and I need that to get past that floor. I do not see me getting further in Doomtown without I don't see it. I don't see how I get further without this. It will take a while, as all good things do. But yeah, having two cleansers is going to be big, because there are areas in this game that have so much debuffs that if you, and I will show you later why, if you don't have like two cleansers or someone extremely tanky to get past it, you're literally just stuck and brutalized by the enemy debuffers until you die. Literally until you die. So that's why I need the double cleansers. That's why. I know it sounds stupid, but I need the double cleansers. I need more of the Sacred Order. Also, I'm not beating the Sacred Order Crypt without at least one cleanser or something like that. Like, I need a cleanser or something, and I don't have a decent strong. So, because I don't have such a beast, I have to resort to other things. Yeah, that's what her job is. Her job is very simple: to stop the team from getting eaten alive by evils. And it's a more like, yes, I will eventually develop Mortud Macabre and maybe even Ninja and some of these other ones. But the reason that I'm so dead set on trying to get her to where she needs to be is because of the Student Tower problem, where I literally cannot progress because I don't have a way of coping with these. This is going to be a problem later as well, because in like Void Keep and certain other areas, Relic Pretender isn't necessarily enough. You won't be able to get past it. Like, she'll put the cleanse up right, and then the enemy will stack another bunch of debuffs. Who's going to cleanse those debuffs up? The answer is no one unless I develop her. That's the problem. that that's a thing in Void Keep. There's a lot of areas in this game. She's the best, I think, cleanser I own on this account. So I'm developing these two to be food for her. That's what I'm developing them for. Because, yeah. So we're going to be fighting these undead hordes. They're kind of interesting. There is some undead horde that's actually very good. Vogoth is very good in Found Platinum Arena, but Vogoth won't do the job I need him to do in Doom Tower. No. No. She's the one that's going to be doing the main Doom Tower. I'm putting Sanguinia on her way. Like, I will be repeatedly grinding a stage, but for now I'm just going to be playing the regular standard campaign, like I should anyway in this stage of the game. Because I also need silver, lots of it. And you can enjoy the sights. You can see and stuff. I know we've done campaign before, but campaign is the main mode of this game. And most of my clan, let's be real here, most of my clan has not gotten further than the campaign. And she's not ready for Doom Tower yet. She needs to get her artifacts more leveled. She needs more levels herself. She needs to become very strong in order to get past Doom Tower. Because she's going to be a big deal. So these other suckers are leveling with her. They're actually going to become part of her. I would 6-star Morton Macabre, but again, I'm doing that later because I have someone I need for a very specific reason. As a backup to Reliquary Tender. Because once she cleanses, that's it. She doesn't block the further debuffs, and more debuffs are coming. They will put, like, provoke, HP burn, like, these enemies do nothing close to what, like, these enemies like to speak of are. Right now, I sound completely delusional. Like, these enemies are not pretty. Campaign is not necessarily designed to be hard. I'm talking about content that is designed to be ridiculously hard. So that's the crux of it. That's what Sanguinia is designed for. Designed to deal with very hard content. She's not going to be useful unless we develop her, but she's going to be very useful once we develop her because of that job. Let's see, well, I'll try again. So this is her first big job. See, she puts the block debuffs on everyone, so we're currently debuffed by really harmful debuffs. The second job is she can hit and transfer all of the debuffs off of her onto a target, and also off of all of the people on your team. That is incredibly valuable in content with a lot of HP burn, poison. Like, here's the thing: you can have poison and HP burn, but that doesn't mean that you don't need a cleanse. Why champions like her are a big investment. Because you're not going to get away from needing someone to deal with a lot of debuffs because you have debuffs. You need someone else specifically designed to deal with. You see, I had this misconception in my head early game where I was like, no, if I just have poison and I have HP burn, that dealing with HP burn or poison is not going to be a problem. That was false. Because I learned later on as I killed Shald, who, by the way, is actually a very annoying champion to deal with. But see, these two will contribute to her. But yeah, I will be developing Captain Tamilia. Make no mistake. But there's a but here. I am aiming for 6-star her first, because if we have the double cleanse, as we fight through this great forest with interesting plants in it. I'm also looking for champions. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I work very, very hard on it. We're not like specifically grinding an area unless we lose. As long as we don't lose, we're gonna keep going. Now, if you're wondering why there's no Elhain here, well, this is my second account, so I didn't make the foolish mistake of picking Elhain as a starter. I picked Kale, like I should have, so that's why Kale is the main head honcho here. I also did not pull an Elhain, so I couldn't use one even if I wanted to on here, because I don't have one. Not that I needed an Elhain. That whole thing happened because I lured by Elhain's appearance. I thought this game was like Elder Scrolls Online. And as you can clearly see, it is nothing like Online once you actually get down to it. Now the other thing that's really useful about her ability is that it also puts a heal on your team. But yeah, she's a reinforcement. Because in a lot of that Doom Tower content, you need to have reinforcements or backups. But yeah, this account does need some more campaign exposure as they try to ice crush us, because it's new of an account, and it can use more of the benefits from this area. I mean, I could probably do Nightmare Campaign. I'm not ruling that out. But, Nightmare Campaign is not my priority. My priority, because the thing is, in some areas, I'd have to re-gear some champions, like I might even have to put Teragi in some destroy gear, which would not be actually as pleasant as that sounds. Because Teragi is good. Unless I could get destroyed gear with a lot of health. She's going to be very useful for upgrading my specific spirit host. So we are going to be attempting to upgrade my spirit host. Reap 4, strengthen 2, and target 5. So this is the big skill that we were trying to upgrade, and this we'll just toss in another spirit host. We incidentally are making a lot of progress in the champion tournament, which is kind of maniacal. But yeah, they're like, what are you going to make as your next 6-star? Sanguinia. You may refuse to believe me on this, but Sanguinia is going to be precious for me later. Anyway, so where were we? 4-5. So we're gonna continue on as on our quest to get Sanguinia up to par. I am thinking of dumping potions on her, but I'll resist the urge because I get a lot of level 1s. And I have to use the level 1s. I have to use the level 1s on the level 1s because level 1s are a massive waste of time in terms of farming them in campaign. So it's better just to dispose of level 1s on level 1s to keep them out of the equation. Because I don't need them in the equation. They're not useful in their like raw state. They're more useful level 2, but they don't get to be truly useful until level 3. They don't get to be truly useful. But yeah, she's gonna be a major focus. Because right now, in her current state, she's not that useful. Now, Spirit Host is still useful in her current state, but I will be upgrading her later as well. She would also be a good reinforcement for block debuffs, but this is the main reinforcement. I will probably be booking her as well, but first I want to give her the stats. Because without stats, she's not going to do it. She's not going to be very... She needs the stats to pull off the buff. Otherwise... in the advanced content, when she removes debuffs, she's not going to shine. She's just going to die. I know developing her makes me look paranoid, but you can't really be too paranoid about debuffs. These two are going to be the bases for the rank 5s. That will go into forging Sanguinia to her true state of glory. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to add a new member to the core family to be going through Ogrins. When these reach level 40, they're going to be removed from the team. That's the way you want to do it, because you don't want to give the Ogrins in, because if you give them even the slightest bit of breathing room, not only will they potentially kill you, they will also last way longer than they're supposed to. Because man-eaters put debuffs, unkillable debuffs, on their whole team for like 5 minutes. So you're wasting... What? To an extent. Like, for one thing, I have a lot more energy too, because it actually takes a lot of energy to game, because you have to work very hard to keep up. Because these people, I know it doesn't look like I'm doing a massive thing, but I am. Because what Sanguinia, as I'm like looking for champions to complete my faction wars, I'm developing a Sanguinia and her food. Because what Sanguinia does is she cleanses and blocks debuffs completely and has a triple hit. But the cleanse and the block debuff, she has both a cleanse and a block debuffs and a continuous heal that will supplement Reliquary Tender. Now, this may sound like overkill until you realize there is some content in this game, especially Doomtown, where there is so many debuffs that you'll cleanse, right? You'll cleanse off a lot of the debuffs, but then they'll stack more ones on top of it, and then Reliquary Tender's abilities on cooldown. And unless your team is uncommonly tanky, like Burgess or something, it will wipe your team. The debuffs will literally cripple your team. You won't be able to do anything. All your skills will be locked. And then you'll die shortly afterwards. So that's what Sanguinia's purpose is to stop my team getting overwhelmed by debuffs. That's what her purpose is. It doesn't sound like a big purpose until you realize what is in certain areas in this game. And then it will hit you. But like I said, I would grind the one area, but I don't feel like doing it straight away. Now the funny thing is, I could probably actually make a much cleaner run of this by doing this, because you see, remember Godfrey's Hollow? Yeah. She will help a lot with Godfrey's Hollow, because okay, this is getting a little bit spicy. I probably should have used the menu. So the best thing we can really do in this scenario is to try to keep them low and try to stop these from because I know that's a really bad thing for him to do that, but sometimes if you aren't completely focused like I am, you'll make mistakes. Oh, I don't like making mistakes in this game. Because here's the thing. In some situations, if you were to make that mistake, you're just dead. Ifs, ands, buts, or ors, you're just dead. Especially in Doom Tower. It's not like I don't already have a level 60 cleanse. It's just probably needs something similar to a second one, or at least a rank 6 second cleanse, because of that one flaw. Because there's certain content where if you can't have a cleanse, or you don't have an uncommonly durable champion that can just deal with all those debuffs straight to the face, which I don't really... Like, Taragi's the closest, but he still can't do it like Virgus can, so I need a second cleanse. And even then, there are areas where Virgus just dies from the debuffs, and we could have used a second cleanse, or have a cleanse in the first place, like a block debuffs, and a cleanse, or both. And Sanguinia, at least on this account, can fill that gap. The reason that these two champions are being developed alongside, as I may have mentioned, is to feed her, actually. When she reaches 50, is to feed her. Because no, I am intending on making her rank 6. I know you guys think I'm completely insane, but once you see what her purpose is, it will all be made clear. It will all be clear to you why I've done this. Because I can't... You can't really understand why I'm making a block debuffs champion until you understand what kind of terrible things are in this game concerning debuffs. And then it will all make sense when you see those Drexthars and Warlords trying to beat the living hell out of me. And they'll be like, oh, so that's why. I will try to beat it with 5-star, but I will make her 6-star. I have to make her level 50 to do it. And I may still not beat the content with her at level 50, so then I'll have to make her 6-star. As you do. Crappy gear. But yeah. I will be doing arena grinding on this account. She will help with arena grinding in some areas, because there are some areas where you're gonna want double cleanse, straight up. You're not even gonna want Taragi, you're just gonna want a double cleanse. You're gonna put like Apothecary for the speed lead, Sanguinia and Reliquary Tender in the back. Because you're gonna want the revive and the cleanse more than you're gonna want the ally protect. Because you're gonna have so many debuffs that unless you have a cleanser like that, you're not getting... Like, that's why Sifi's valued. Because Sifi provides both a revive and a cleanse and a shield. Like, she provides a lot of protection in... I don't have a Sifi. I've never managed to pull a Sifi, which sucks, but she's kind of like my Sifi. A little bit. Without a revive. Like, Reliquary Tender will be the revive. But yeah, she's a little bit like my Sifi. She's going to do the block debuffs thing that Sifi does. Granted, I would vastly prefer having a Sifi, but I don't feel like the RNG is in my favor enough to get a Sifi. Like, even if I blew that Sacred Shard on my other account, I doubt it would give me a Sifi. Because the game is determined to make it as hard as humanly possible. Basically, you need like 5 or more Sacred Shards, or at least like 2 or more Sacreds on one account to even have a chance, even during a major event, of pulling a champion like that. So yeah. Now, while this is taking a lot of energy, I am looking for very specific champions, pieces of gear. It's not a waste. I just want to make that point clear. This is not as much of a waste as it looks. Because these two are the part of the investment that Sanguinia is. Mortu Macabre will probably be next. As I do not have the gear or the system to truly make Ninja work. But I probably will develop that with time. And eventually Ninja will reach 6-star in here, but here we have other priorities. When you have an account, there's different priorities. I do have to upgrade Cynthia Flametongue's armor. She does have a fair amount of perception gear that will help her. Cynthia Flametongue is very important to the core personality of this, because this account's a lot about demons. So there's a core personality. And I guess she fits too, because she's got blood, like red robes. So maybe that could like be an extension. You see all these buffs? She cleanses. Now that can get a lot worse, because they can like in better content than this, the amount of buffs they can shove on you is god tier. Like straight up god tier. Like, if you have like a bunch of Drex stars on you, or you're in arena, trust me when I say it can get really messy really quick. I also need better speed gear, which I'm gonna have to farm probably from a dungeon or from this area. Try to look for better speed gear. Apothecary, because Apothecary, oh, I made a massive mistake. Oops, wrong champions. I will eventually do something with her because she's double ally protect for clan boss, and also it increased defense. But yeah, because like block debuffs will only go so far in Clan Boss. I mean, I guess she could still be useful in Clan Boss because she has a continuous heal, right? And the stun is technically a debuff. So yeah, she could still be useful. Okay. I still need to focus though on Sanguinia. Because yeah, this account, other than the 5, we haven't really touched on. So we also don't have a lot of orcs. Orcs on this account are short supply. We're definitely gonna want to focus the Seer. I'm gonna put the Holy Blood out, because I know that these suckers are going to put out nasty debuffs. So, I also have to look for... how tanky she is. Because the main thing that Sanguinia, one of the reasons why I need to give her all these stats and levels and stuff, is because in order for her to be useful, she has to survive long enough to get this debuff off, to get her ability off. If she can't do that, she can't do what she's intended to do. That's why I get these cleansers to 6-star, because then it gives them the chance to pick people back up, to cleanse, to heal, to block debuffs, stuff like that, the supporty stuff that they do. The stuff that your team needs or you just get wiped. Because once the debuffs land, usually it means you rest in peace. Straight up, you just rest in peace. You're not going anywhere. You're not gonna live. The game's not gonna let you once that stuff lands. They're like, no, 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 no. You're not living after that. You're just dead. God. Like that's literally what the game's like. That's why I'm doing this. Now, I could do this the really hideously repetitive way of just doing Brimstone Pass a lot, but since I need other factions and stuff, I like the story of campaign anyway. We won't be doing that. So yeah, we're going to be trying to finish Orcs and then calling it an episode. And yeah. Now, while you guys may not appreciate or like Sanguinia, she is important for this account in Arena and a number of areas, especially since we're not in Flat Arena. She is important for very specific purposes. So, that is what she's there for. I'm going to poison him. We even got a gore mask for our troubles. I might eventually develop it for Orc Faction Wars. I don't have any. Couldn't tell by me saying that. I really don't. This account though was I tried to build it for progression, but the problem was that my progression was hindered because I realized I needed a second cleanse. Which is where we are right now. That's the irony of the whole thing. This is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to progress. I am doing this to progress. Believe it or not. So yeah, we're gonna have her experience the Orcs. We're gonna go check the potion keeps and other areas, like Arena, more importantly. Clan boss. Don't think I didn't forget about Clan boss, because I didn't. I didn't forget about Clan boss. It's just there are areas outside of Clan boss where she's valuable because she stops your team from getting crippled to death. Because otherwise you can't move. You don't want to be in a situation where you just can't move at all. Because one of the things that the enemies do is they'll put Provoke and True Fear on you. You don't want Provoke and True Fear. Now, we're going to be covering this in the next episode. I guess what I'm going to do to close this out is I'm going to fight Clan Boss. Because the problem is, I want this to lead up to a massive, massive boss fight. And this seems to be the ideal one to do it with. Yes. Because again, I want to show some of my work. Showing my work with But yeah, we'll be doing this and then Arena later today. The thing that's funny is I might actually need Sanguinia for Arena, because again, she has that cleanse. Hate certain team comps, you're going to want the double cleanse, otherwise your team's just going to go. Die. You died. Well, that's what it was with the Drex Stars and the Warlords. That's what it was like, because we could not get rid of the multiple Drex Star damage and the Warlords, and they just steamrolled us over in Doom Tower. That's very nice of you. That's very nice of you. I could have upgraded her armor, but I felt impatient. I just want to get at least a clan boss thing out of the way before I have to do long and arduous journey to upgrade Sophia's armor even more than it already is. Shiragi still needs a better banner, which I have to grind Spider. Make sure is healing everywhere. Get that debuff. Because, like, if HP burn didn't benefit this boss, I might just put Sanguinia in here later. I probably still will. Maybe. I'm thinking of a team comp with that. You can't stun him though, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Because one of his biggest debuffs he puts on you is stun. And you can't stun the clan boss. I wish you could. That would be hilarious, but yeah, you can't stun him. Would it be hilarious if you could stun the clan boss? Where you see him there being stunned? That would be so funny if you could stun him. Hey God, I know something easy. Stun the clan boss. It's the funniest shit ever. I landed a fair amount of burns. This is actually not a bad run. 3 mil and 10, not bad. So yeah. We're gonna want these burns. We're gonna want a lot of Omega burns. Yes, sir. And this is on times 2. The hardest part of this fight, ironically, is lasting. You really have to last a while in order to really rack up damage. In order to unlock like serious amounts of damage, you have to last quite some time. Basically, in order to do that, we're landing a fair amount of yeah, we're definitely gonna want those debuffs to stack. Get on there. Yeah, we're getting to 5 mil. You guys can also look at that rock in the back. increase debuff duration. Punch. Hopefully I can... Yeah! We're increasing the burn. There we go. There we go. Gear up, put a burn. Get that. Come on. Fight the termite. And termite. Alright, we're smacking away at this termite, guys. The termite is finally having problems. Yeah, termite. Ooh. Did you see that? Did you see what termite did? Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Revive. No. Damn. Better land that burn. That was a bad revive. Yeah, I think we're screwed. Yeah, we're screwed. Oh, we just don't have the power. Wow, you tanked a 50 damage, 50,000 hit. Did anyone see that? I worked so hard.